I'm going to show you guys some guitar hand coordination exercises. So I just want to make sure that you can all see me and that we're live, and then I'll get started. So as always, I'm going to discuss some exercises and show you guys some pointers. I'm going to do a Q&A at the end, so we can ask whatever questions. We'll interact while this is live, and I have a special discount code for you for checking out today. So thank you guys so much. Let me make sure we are good, and we'll get started. All right, awesome, we're good. Cool. So a lot of you asked me tips about this, and I want to, give you guys some pointers. So some of this happens to fall with the speed picking exercises that I do a lot, and some of it is just more for beginners and just warming up and how to get comfortable. So anything with matching up our hands is really, really key. So in guitar, coordination of two hands is that they go in sync with one another. So we want to make sure that our picking hand isn't faster than our fretting hand. Awesome. Cool. All right, I'm glad you guys can see me. Let's get started. So the first one I'm going to show you is an easier one, or we can start with a harder one. It depends. So, well, I'll show you my favorite one first. So my favorite one is these Paul Gilbert ones. It's any variation of that. So what I'm doing is this guitar has no fret markers, so I'll tell you where I am. I'm tuned down a half step too, so I'm on the 6th string and I'm going 5, 5, 7, 8, 5. On the 5th string, 8, 7, 5. And you can add in your own variations, but the main one that I go to is 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5. And one thing that I noticed that really helped me when I was starting to play faster is accenting that first beat, that first down. I like adding in that one. That little turnaround, so I'll show you that too. Awesome. Hi, Mark. Check on YouTube. Beginners. I will show some beginner ones too. And remember, anything can be treated like a beginner exercise if you kind of just take back a little bit, tone it down, and do it slower. So this one is really about matching hands, and how fast you go is up to you. So I'll go back to Facebook. Hi, Nick. I know I usually do use the one with dots, but I really love this one, so I'm going to use this one today. But I'll tell you where I am. So remember, you can also apply this in any key and anywhere. So even if you're lost where I am, this isn't just an exercise in this exact position or this key. You can do this anywhere. This lick can go all over the neck. So for Nick, I'm going 5, 7, 8. Then I'm dropping down. That was all in the 6th string. Then I'm dropping down to the 5th string, 5th fret, 5, and then back. 8, 7, 5. Thanks, Nick. And so I am tuned down a half step. So you can always move up if you want to play along with me. So let's go ahead and try that out. 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5. And one thing I am doing, and I've talked about before, is I'm alternate picking. So I swear by alternate picking. It's just, think about it, it's twice as fast, right? And it's a really good way to get your hands in sync with one another. Okay, I'm sorry. So make sure that you go ahead and go to the 5th fret. So 5, 7, 8. Oh, thanks, Roger. All right, awesome. So David's saying effect setting help with sustain, delay, etc. Distortion, for example. So I don't know if you're asking me for a topic, if you're asking what I'm using. I'm just using Axe Effects. I'm currently using the Dizzy VH4 channel. I have altered it just a tiny bit, but that's what I'm using today. So another good tip for when you are practicing is you can go ahead and dial back everything and just play clean. So that really shows any mistakes and anything, that's going on. But accenting that downbeat and going slow. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that thing that I added variations of this. So sometimes he'll go, all that I did was double up this little transition. So I went 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5. I'm only using the 6th and 5th strings. So it's kind of cool, and you can do your own variations, of course. These are just ideas. And so it is cool, though, because it's showing you that he had one lick and all the things that he did to change it and make it just a little bit different. So when I extend it, what I was doing is going like this. 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 8. Now here's where it's new. On the 5th string, 5, 7, 8, 7, 5. 6th string, 8, 7, 5. So it's really fun. I really, really like that lick. That helped me increase my speed a ton, and it helped me get my hands to go back and forth. So it's really, really cool. To be able to sync your hands is so important, because a lot of us have a faster picking hand, and we can, do that. But if they're not just in sync with one another, it's really not going to help. So slowly moving them up in speed together too really, really helps. So I'm going to check in on you, YouTube. Let's see. Do you change up your picking style when you're doing these? Like all down, then up, and then alternate picking? I don't, but you can. I always, you can do a hammer-on pull-off. Yeah, you can. You can do any of those things. So why I like this is because, you can practice all of your techniques. So go ahead and do whatever you want. You can totally do that. It just depends on what you're trying to work on. So anything, syncing up both of our hands, though, you can totally do that. The really easy go-to one that's not as musical is to do, I don't know the exact official name because I just know what my teachers always called them, but they are quasi-chromatics. So I like these ones. And then as that gets more and more comfortable, you can go ahead and speed that up. So that's also a really cool one. And you were talking about, can you do these with other techniques? Yes, you can totally do those with other techniques. So that whole concept, a finger per fret, what I'm doing, make sure that you can see me. So what I'm doing is I'm assigning a finger per fret. So headstock, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pointer, middle, ring, pinky, right? Down, up, down, up. One other thing I'm always doing is my wrist is always relaxed. You want to, gradually build up and gradually make sure that you are treating these like exercises and you're working that speed up and that you're really focusing on keeping your hands coordinated and going with the same speed as each other and building together. So these can be done as slow as you want or as fast as you want. The cool thing, like I was saying, how you can do other techniques, as you guys were asking, hammer-ons, pull-offs, and all these things. You can also go to work on your hammer-ons and pull-offs. What I would do then is I would take away my pointer finger as my root, my go-to note, and I would change it to my middle finger. And you'll feel that that's harder. And then a little easier, but still hard because that pinky. So any of those are super great and super helpful. You can practice with your hammer-ons, whatever you want to do. I also like to change that up and do changing every other string, or changing between two strings like this. And if you want to go ahead and take that one step further, you can string skip. And then remember, move up as fast as you want gradually. So those are really, really good ones too. So let's go ahead and get back to some licks. I'm going to see what you guys are doing. Oh, David's saying, I am very much a beginner and had always thought I have to have long fingers. You don't really. It's so funny because I get really weird questions sometimes too, where people ask me if my hands are normal sized or not, or what, and I don't know why. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're normal sized. But some people have super long fingers, and that is definitely an advantage. But I had a friend that had super tiny fingers, and she would just change everything into tapping. So there's a way around everything. I mean, Django Reinhardt had 3 fingers, so you definitely can do it. But it's all about exercising and stretching them out too, and just gradually moving up. You don't have to have long fingers, but it does help. But I know it is weird when you're a beginner because there's a lot of things that are harder than you'd think. Max, am I planning to record your solo album? I am. Thank you for asking. And yes, please keep checking in. I should have cool stuff up soon. Angus Young had short fingers. I didn't know that. Do you have any finger stretches you do before I practice? Yes. So I had a really, really huge wrist injury, and it really sucked. It was just not fun. And I was told I was never going to play fast again, and all of these things, and ended up not being true. And I have better technique now, and because I care a lot more, because I didn't want that to be the case. But I do kind of say treat yourself like an athlete. So an athlete doesn't just go run a mile, right? You stretch. So as a guitar player too, if you're not warmed up, make sure you stretch. I think teaching is really cool because it kind of keeps me always in guitar shape. The disadvantage, or not disadvantage, is that I'm not playing everything that I want to play all day, but I'm always warmed up. So that's really cool. So I don't feel like I have to focus as much on warming up as I used to, but I would say definitely warm up and stretch. Go ahead and any of the ones, like I do these where I just gently stretch back my fingers, just little by little, and make sure these are all gentle. They're stretches. They're not meant to be crazy. Just give it time. So I stretch back each of my fingers. I would do that with my other hand too, of course, right? I'm just doing it fast right now because it's probably not very exciting. And then I would flip my hand around. I always have to hold the camera, sorry, and do it again. I would gently stretch those too. So gentle, gentle, gentle. Then your whole wrist, palm, wrist, palm, and then also your whole arms. Like I'm sure you've seen these before. I would do that, stretch out your back, and then the over. I don't want to drop my guitar, but that one. Both sides, just stretch out your back and your arms, and always have relaxed muscles. I remember I had a really good teacher that was really funny, and I used to get really tense when I played because I wanted to play so well, and I'd be, I don't know, like a nerd about it, and I'd always be like this, and I'd have my shoulder all the way up like this, and my teacher was like, you can't do that anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, why? He goes, because you don't look cool at all. And it was pretty funny. But even though I didn't look cool, he was right. You don't want to be tense at all. So you'll notice when I'm playing all that speed picking and stuff, my shoulders are really relaxed, and my wrist is really relaxed. It shouldn't be tense. So that's why gradually speeding these up is going to be key. So let's see. Yes, stretching your entire arm helps. Shoulders and back too. It's all connected. So make sure you do that. Sound check is your warm-up. That's cool. Yeah, anything like that, Talk about building your online business. I'd say put out your own videos. I got discovered from putting out my own videos and working for companies and doing reviews of guitar amps, being sponsored. So putting yourself out there. I mean, I didn't really know that I was going to get good feedback and stuff and be able to do this stuff professionally. But in like 4 years ago, I think, I just started putting up little clips on Instagram, and I called them Instajams, and I would I was teaching so much, and what I would do is when I had a break or something, I would use that time productively. And so instead of just taking a break or getting a snack or talking or, doing something kind of counterproductive, I would film myself playing guitar, and I would put it up on Instagram or Facebook, and it started getting spread around, and that was huge. It kind of took care of itself a little bit, and I started doing guitar contests, and just making an effort and putting yourself out there, I think, is really, really key. And that's what led me here. So that's how I get to do this for you guys. But yes, that's what I would do. Yes, I can show you how to do pinch harmonics, but they're really annoying. So let's see. Put your thumb on the back and so that's a good explanation, but it is a weird one. So I will show you. So the way I was taught was I was told, so this is about pinch harmonics. So I was taught, and I know I do them a lot, I just really like them. I always liked Zakk Wylde, and I always liked metal, and I just think it adds a lot of personality and kind of flair to stuff. I think we've talked about this before. It's like if you play it like fast, like all of a sudden, like you're like, what? That's not that exciting, but if it's like, I don't know, it just has another life to it. So I think there's a few things that separate people as pros and almost pros. And so I think that would be your volume knob is killing that volume, killing that sound so nothing's ringing out. Even just practicing that is really smart. So practicing how to roll off the knob really quickly, it just makes you immediately sound like a pro. And adding like feeling and vibrato and anything kind of special to your playing that makes your phrasing more melodic and more vocal, I would say, is something that I would do. So the question was about pinch harmonics. So what I would do is you choke up on your pick. Like you maybe have heard people say that for when you play baseball, you choke up on the bat. So when you're choking up on the pick, you're really coming to the tip. So see how, sorry, see how you're flush with the point of the pick. So I use these picks that are kind of, this is my little custom one, but I have this one today, and it's pointed at the tip. So I have that point where my finger is. So, sorry, there we go. So I have that flush with my finger so it's even, because that sound is actually when the string is hitting your thumb and the string. That's what creates that sound. So I was taught by, here's your tip, go in a room and figure it out and play until you have it figured out. But which isn't bad advice actually. But it is a little weird. And so the cool thing though is if you do that and you really spend time and you listen, you'll discover things that are really cool that you can bring into your playing. The more familiar you get with your guitar, the better, and all that. So what I'm doing is, but look, when I go to different spots on this same string, you'll notice that there's, sorry, that was a little rough. You'll notice that there's different sounds and different tones to all those spots that I did. So that's something cool too. It's not the most noticeable thing, but there's a Van Halen thing where he does that, and it's really cool. So I would choose probably around the 5th or 7th fret. The one I'm doing right now is on the 5th string, 7th fret. I'm just holding the note, and I'm hitting it. So that just gives you part of the sound, but I'm also vibratoing. So whenever you do anything with vibrato, you have a ton of control over the guitar. It's a kind of a weird thing, vibrato, because, you know, some people go, and it sounds like they're getting tickled or something, and it's too fast. You're moving really wide and stuff, and you're moving kind of fast, but it's all about being even, and I'm manipulating this pitch. I'm going around it. So I'm not staying on this one note. I'm not exactly bending to a new note, but I'm just manipulating it by going around it and creating a different sound. But yes, you can also do the other one. Let's see. Oh, thanks. That's cool, David. Thank you. All right, let's see. And really quick, before we get back into one more exercise, okay, what pickups am I using? I am using, this is my custom guitar. So a few of you have asked me about my guitars before. I love this guitar a lot, maybe the most, because it is my custom guitar, so I designed it. And so I was taking guitar lessons from Chris Broderick at the time from Megadeth, who's super amazing. And if you've ever heard him, you know he's amazing. He has like 3 music degrees. He's a genius. He was making his custom at the time, and he made the neck just he's an what is it called? Not an architect. I have to think of the word. Oh, an engineer. So he's really smart about design and everything. And what he was thinking was that when you do pinch harmonics and stuff, it's really annoying when the string maybe gets caught like that. So he had made the neck fatter, and so I copied that. I thought that was really smart and intelligent. And then I have a PAF Pro and a D Activator 7. So I have like a Paul Gilbert thing, and then John Petrucci. So DiMarzio's, because why not? Get to 11. But yes, I love this guitar. So I'm sorry if the fret markers are throwing you off. If it does, I won't use it next time. But I really do love this guitar. It's my only guitar with a Floyd, so it's always a lot of fun to use this one. And really quick, before we get back into one more, well, depending on how much time, a few more exercises, I wanted to give you guys the discount code. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. There's still some time left, so don't go anywhere. And in about 10 minutes, I think we do the Q&A. So even though I think I've answered some here and there. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. So I want to give you this discount code. This is for Killer Guitar Control Secrets. I've talked about this before. It's about playing from the heart. And so this is something that's really unique to have been taught. And I feel like it's also the most important thing. So playing from your heart is all about hearing what's in your head and getting it out. So finding your own voice. So I'm sure you're familiar with a lot of guitar teaching methods, and any kind of literature for guitar is usually teaching you how to play like somebody else. So this is all about playing like you and getting what you want to do. And for me personally, it was a huge breakthrough when I started to focus on playing how I wanted to play. And the most fun I've ever had in music is playing what I want to play. So here is our killer guitar control secrets. It's going to cover 3 things: technique, which is all that shred stuff that I was doing; fretboard knowledge, which is knowing your guitar; your chords, your scales, your arpeggios; and then hand-brain connection. So getting what's in your head out of your hands. So check out this DVD. I'm going to pin it to the top for Facebook. This is a discount code for you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will be back Thursday with a different topic. Same time, 7 Central. And then next Tuesday, Thursday. So every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I am going to go ahead and put this into YouTube now. So thank you guys so much. So that's your discount code for hanging out with me. So now I'm going to give you another exercise. So a little bit simpler exercise. I know some of you said that you're beginners and you want it, but remember, take those same exercises and just slow them down. But I also think this is a really cool exercise. We were talking a little bit about Zach Wild. This is a pentatonic little lick that I like, and it can be played in a few different ways. So remember, also take whatever I teach you and make it your own. So I'm going to be in A minor again, so A minor pentatonic. I'm in the 5th fret, 7th fret. I'm on the 3rd string, going 7, 5. We can also do it in E. Actually, I'll do it in E. How about that? Because we just did the other one in A. So I'm going to go to the 14th fret. I'm going to go 14 to 12 on the 3rd string. And then on the 4th string, I'm going to do the same thing. So 3rd string to 4th string. So I'm going just 14, 12, down, up, and then on the 4th string, down, up, 14 to 12. It might not seem like very much when you see it like that, but when you go ahead and speed it up, then it's pretty cool. And you can also double it up. So all I did there is I went 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12. And I just doubled it up on the 3rd time. So I went 14, 12, 14, 12 on the same string, doubled it up, and then went right back. 5th fret is the tasty zone. Let's go there then. So remember, you can move these licks around. So all I'm doing is just that shape of pentatonic. So it's good. That's it. So. All right. I'm going to check in on you guys really quick. I agree. Daniel said that the 5th fret is the tasty zone. I always have liked A minor. Can't help it. Mike is out of here. See ya. Where's the autograph booth? Thanks, David. All right. So let's go ahead and go over those. I'm going to check how we're doing on time. We're at 24 minutes, so we just have a few more minutes, so about 6 more minutes. Let's see if we can give you guys another one. So all about matching up your hands. So also just little tips are, play slow to play fast. I really believe in that. I know some people don't. It worked for me. So knowing what you're playing, getting your hands in sync with one another. And then accenting that downbeat. Right? And then one more that I like a lot is this string skipping one. So just to give you something pretty fun. All right, so what I'm doing is, and remember, you can move these licks around. So I'm just showing you in this position, but you can play them wherever you want. So I'm just using the mentality of moving in an octave like this. So that's the root, that's the octave, I replace it into the same shape. So on the 6th string, I went 5, 7, 8. I jumped my octave. I went 7, 9, 10. So from the 6th string to the 4th string, then back to the 5th string, 5, 7, 8. Then I jumped back to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, 7, 9, 10. And just came back down. 7, 9, 10, 9, 7. You can do your harmonic there if you want. Alright, let's try that. So that's some string skipping and also coordinating your hands with one another. Show me the calluses on your fingertips. They're not that bad right now, actually. Let's see. Not that bad at this moment, but I do go through them quite a bit. And you should have them on both hands when you start doing more tapping stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm going to check in on Facebook really quick. Oh, thanks, Lisa. All right, so remember, send in your questions. So Facebook, there is a delay, so you should start sending yours now. Just a few more minutes, like 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to go back. So let's go ahead and do that one. And the more comfortable you get with these exercises, the less you have to practice everything. So because I practice playing fast, when I get a new shape, guitar, if you see it in shapes, you don't have to stress as much. It gets easier and easier and easier. So that's a really cool thing about it. So again, I am jumping into those octaves. So I'm going 5, 7, 8, and all alternate picking. Down, up, down. So 5, 7, 8, and then I jumped to the 7th fret, 7, 9, 10, 9, 7. And then when I came back on the 5th string, I went 8, 7, 5, and then back up. But yes, have fun with these. So all I did was sync up both of my hands. And this exercise, this is one of my favorite warm-ups. Remember, the faster you get at it, and you'll see that my hands relaxed again. The faster you get at it, the faster you can move it up. But don't worry about playing it fast in the beginning. I usually go from the 1st fret all the way to the 12th and back. You can do whatever you want. You can stay in that lower position if you want, but just really focus on having your hands in sync with one another. So coordinating them so they are going at the same time. That's what's the most important about the speed picking, because that's what you'll hear when you start recording and doing other things. If it's off, it's not as good as it can be. So you want to make sure that it's in sync with one another. All right, then we did play without my pinky. Why? I think playing with your pinky is one of the best things that you can do. I mean, you don't need to, I guess. So that's without my pinky. But I think playing with your pinky is really awesome. If you can start doing bends with your pinky and bends with your ring finger is a little bit stronger just by nature, but if you can get yourself to use all your fingers, that's really the best. I was in a band that really pushed me to use my pinky, and I never used my pinky before that. And it was one of the best things that I did. So using my pinky, I would say definitely use it. But I mean, you can play these without it too. So, but I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, is that what you wanted me to do? I don't know. I mean, now I guess I have one more. But I would, why not use it? Sometimes I don't know. I would say use it. The other exercise we did was this pentatonic picking. My hair got caught. You can also turn around. So whatever you want to do. Just as long as you sync them up with one another, that's the way to go. So now I'm going to start answering your questions. So I hope that helped. Slow them down. Make sure your hands are in sync with one another. Use these as examples. But you can go ahead and pick your favorite picking lick too, and you can do that. So awesome. Thank you guys. So how is Steven? Steven's awesome. Steven is my fiance. So Todd asked, how's Steven? Do you know him? He is awesome. He's good. We are getting married soon. We're going to do a wedding shred thing. So that's cool. We're going to do a shred version of Here Comes the Bride. I'm pretty excited about that. Ian, so you sing and play. I do sing and play. I kind of, not personally. Oh, do you listen to Iwava? That's cool. Do I sing and, you said, so you sing and play. Yes, I do. I kind of actually started playing guitar because I sing. Oh, before we talk about that, actually I want to give you guys this code one more time. Because that is your reward for hanging out with me, so I should be giving it to you one more time. So thank you so much for checking this out. I'm going to answer those questions for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to give this to you guys each one more time. So thank you so much for checking out this live stream. I'm back on Thursday at 7. This is for our Killer Guitar Control Secrets. Also, we have YouTube videos up every day, like at least 1 or 2. So make sure that you check this out. Okay, so that's for Facebook. Oh, sorry, Ian. Sorry, I said Ian. Ian. Thank you for correcting me. I'd rather say it right than say it wrong. So check this out. This is for our Killer Guitar Control Secrets. Thank you so much for checking all of this out. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that bell to get the notifications. There's tons of new videos on new topics from me and other teachers. So anything from speed picking to metal songs to blues songs. So we're listening to your requests too. So please send them in for videos that you want me to do here or videos you want us to record for the YouTube channel. But yes, youtube.com/guitar control. Subscribe to us. Check out this link for this Killer Guitar Control Secrets. This is all about figuring out how does a Santana become a Santana, an Eric Clapton become an Eric Clapton, or Hendrix become Hendrix. So this is all about figuring out how to be yourself and how to play what's in your head. So check that out. Okay, so you'd ask me, do I sing and play? Yes, I do sing and play. Or you said, I think you made it a statement, but you're right. I do sing and play. So I started out by singing, and my dad told me to learn a couple chords, and then I quit everything else that I was doing, and now I'm here. So that was some pretty good advice. I should probably listen to him more. But yeah, that was awesome. So now I've kind of brought it back, and I really enjoy writing and singing. But I do not sing metal at all. I play metal guitar, and I sing more like pop stuff, but I really like writing too. What am I doing to finish with a harmonic? How are you picking the string? To finish a harmonic, I mean, I'm just doing vibrato. So the way that I'm picking the string is I'm picking once, and I'm letting my fretting hand take it away with a vibrato and just making it smooth. And I'm really into turning the volume knob off so that you don't hear any little tinkering or anything at the end. Let's see. What do you think about Gibson making girl-sized guitars? It's such a weird topic all the time. Like when people are weird about girls playing guitar, because I really don't understand why it's weird. I guess because it's not like. I mean, people are weird about anything that girls do that is typically supposed to be a girl thing or supposed to be a guy thing. You know, guys doing things that are supposed to be girl things. But I mean, guitar it's just your arms and it's a string. It's not like a million pounds, you know? So I really don't get it. Not that girls can't lift weights or anything either, but it's just such a weird thing. I don't think it's bad though. I know some girls get mad about them making a smaller guitar, but I like smaller guitars, so it doesn't bother me. But I mean, I would think a guy would probably some guys would like a smaller guitar too. So I don't know if they should necessarily be marketed as girls or guys, you know, because sometimes it is harder for girls when I don't know, they can't get a design that they want to. I think guitars should just be guitars and everybody should just be cool. Let's see. But yeah, see, Lisa says she's tiny and she needs a smaller one. I mean, I think it's good. If people need them, then sure. But I think that maybe it shouldn't be so, I don't know, marketed towards one person. Getting the squealy alien sound. Dawn, are you saying you are getting it or you're wanting to get that sound? For lead playing, is it important to learn scales? Yes, I think it is. I think it's important to have at least some kind of reference. I don't think you need to, maybe it depends on how serious you are about it, but you maybe don't need to learn every single scale and that's all that you practice. I would say for playing lead, I mean, I've met lead players that don't know a single scale, and then I've met lead players that only know scales. But I think it's always the best to be not like to be in the middle. Some of the people that I met that were great lead guitar players were just writing melodies they thought were cool, singing them and figuring them out on the guitar. But the bad thing about that was that if they got lost in the song and they didn't know what key they were in or the scale, they were totally lost. And so that's not great. So I would say always be a balance of everything. You know, don't only play in a scale and then not let yourself express yourself or do something that you think is cool and be so stuck that way. But I think you should definitely know. And I think the best way to get good at playing lead guitar is to get jam tracks. And I know that we have some at our website. So on our website, on guitarcontrol.com. So check those out in our store. But I think jam tracks are one of the best things ever. That's how I worked on my lead playing. So answer is maybe. I'm not sure what the question was for the answer to be maybe. What is the best tip to learn lead? I would say the jam tracks. So jam tracks I think are the best. And just also don't like worry about things sounding bad. I think sometimes the only reason I would say don't be so stuck to scales and rules and everything is because you want to be creative and you want to do stuff that's cool. You know, like I've said this a bunch of times, but playing with my fiance was one of the best things for me because I don't know if you've ever heard his band or anything, but they're totally different and they're all about making crazy sounds, and that is just not how I was. I was more, went to guitar school and I liked all the shred guitar players and all the nerdy stuff, and we will collaborate, which is so cool because you should always collaborate with people that are different than you, or same level or better, whatever you want to do, but you should always be learning. And he is really good at effects and stuff and would create all these insane sounds, and we would listen to both parts and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. And I started writing differently because I had this whole new mentality, so it's easy to get stuck in your own kind of regiment, your own things and the way that you play. So I thought that was really cool. So I would say one of the best things is playing with other people and play with jam tracks. I don't know why you're saying about leads and scales. Oh, the answer is maybe. Not maybe. I would say you definitely need to know some scales. I would just say don't get caught up in only playing scales and not being creative. But yes, you do need to know scales, but you need to see them in different ways too. You need to be able to see them up and down the neck, this way and this way. So you want to see them in intervals too, and I've talked about that a little bit before too. And that might be a whole good another topic too. Yes, I would learn the modes. But last week we did a lesson where I talked about just slight changes in the modes. So I think that's a really good thing to look at too. Like Lydian has a sharp 4, so if you know the major scale, you know that all you have to do is take your major scale and sharp that 4. And there you go. So I'm going to check in on, let's see, show me your house. I think it helps when you show how it shouldn't sound. Good, I'm glad that helps. How long do you practice before playing? I don't practice as some models come in minis. I like mini guitars. I think they're cool. How long do I practice before I play? It depends, I would say. It really depends. So let's see. Give us your best lick. I don't know what my best lick is. I think my no practice lick that I'm good at is all the speed picking ones, all the Paul Gilbert ones. Like, I don't practice those anymore. I probably shouldn't say that, but I don't anymore because I did so much. I think I've told you guys before that I used to have like a little notebook and an egg timer and a metronome, and I would set my metronome really low, put my egg timer on 5 minutes, and I would play my lick, and then I'd stop, rest for 5 minutes, make a note in my little book, and then I'd up my tempo by 5 beats, and I would go like crazy. Like, I didn't even want to be honest about how long I did this. So, but I haven't had to do as much since. All those ones are kind of my go-tos. But I like anything that's kind of weird, and I like trying to throw in things like sometimes just like I say any of those are kind of my go-tos. All right. right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Again, I'm going to give you that link for Killer Guitar Control Secrets for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all your questions. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/guitarcontrol. Also, our website, www.guitarcontrol.com. And please check out this video all about playing from your heart. This is what we're all about. This is getting those sounds that you're hearing in your head and learning how to create them yourself. Is this my full-time job? It's one of them. All right. But it's a big part. So yes, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, all about playing from your heart. So go ahead and check out that link, and I will see you guys next week. Technique, remember we're covering technique, fretboard knowledge, and hand-brain connection. So getting what's in your head out of your hands and learning how to have your own voice on the guitar. So again, this is something that is not taught very frequently, but this is a great way to get yourself in that mindset. So check out this link and you'll get a discount for hanging out with me. Thank you guys. See you Thursday.